And we are live.
We are live. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. And how are you? I'm super happy. I just watched a beautiful video of an Irish guy called Reese McGalligan. He won a gold medal for Ireland. It's just so beautiful. So, the things that make you happy, seeing people thrive, seeing people get what they want, and this is Troy Aldermas, my best friend in the world. I just adore him. Hi, Troy.
Hey, hello. How did I get so lucky? Hi,
Hey.
everyone.
Hey. And so we're going to talk about X-Men. And well, what we're really talking about is, have you decided what you should be instead of having the book unwritten, having you undefined, and seeing what you can create? The rest is still unwritten.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Yeah. And I get like one of the things with X-Men classes that massively contributed to me personally. Like there was like so many places that I thought that I was dynamically wrong, and there is something wrong with me because I was not able to fit in. I was not able to be like other people around me, and I was not able to be normal. And that was like one of the places that I judged myself a lot. And I thought, like, if I judge myself correctly, if I judge myself rightly, finally, like, I won't be wrong. And even if I judged myself very much, it didn't work out. And I remember like after attending a couple of X-Men classes, I I'm gonna say like I starting to receive like how different I am, and that receiving that difference beyond like what is right and what is wrong, and really just acknowledging, okay, like I'm actually different, the way I function is different, and I'm not right and I'm not wrong, and the people that choosing something different is not right, or they are not wrong. And it just gives to me so much space and so much ease that I personally didn't had, and so much peace with everyone and everything around me. And for me, like, that is such a gift.
Totally. And so we're talking about, we affectionately call people that are diagnosed and undiagnosed. I'm undiagnosed, ADD, OCD, autistic, and all the spectrums, all the broad array on the spectrum. And so we're talking about people that function different, neurodivergence, and Troy is autistic. And so this is where, when you are different, if you decide what you should be and you look to define you, then you're fitting yourself into an old program. And in Access, we talk about, would you teach a fish to climb a tree, which came from Einstein. And so, can you imagine? And just one of the things that I do different, and try finds this hilarious. So if I'm looking at a business, I'll go the overview of the whole thing, and then I'll work backwards. So, for example, I facilitate a lot of classes, and one of the things that I will do, I will look at, oh, I'd like to do a class in Japan. Okay. And so I will pick the class in Japan. Oh, he's back. And then I will look at what's required for that to come to fruition. I do it the opposite way around. And even when I was in school, when I was taught accounting, I couldn't ever like take a piece of the pie. Like, we'll teach you about depreciation. Depreciation. Oh my God, am I talking about this on a Saturday night? But it's where you take something down in value over time. But I always had to lead. I always had to know where it was leading to, and what are we doing this for. you know. For me, it's like, what are we doing this for? What's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
And so X-Men are here to make waves. They're here to I know you make waves, and I know I make waves. I choose things that people don't seem to like a lot of the times because I'm not going to follow the sheep. I actually, my favorite song at the moment is The Rest Is Unwritten. And I love staring at the page before me, and really looking at the way that I would like to live and what works for me and the choices that I have available, not living from, having less and turning you down. I think we're very trained to give up, have less, and turn it down, turn you off. And
Mm.
I'm all for turning you on, like turn. And what do I mean by turning on? I mean being alive like a tree, like an apple tree, like a plum tree, like a pear tree, like having that like va voom for living. And so, whereas I was told, "Oh, you're 50 now, turn living down." No, have less. No, I'd like to have more living, more aliveness, more beautiful friends all over the world, more communion, and so this is the thing that I say about you, Troy. You're never willing to give up. I don't even know how to give up. I don't even know how does that work. And so you're never willing to give up, and you're not willing to have less, and you're not willing to give you up to fit in with other people's points of views. And I'm so grateful for that.
Mm. Yeah. 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 And I get like when you were talking, and I get like one of the things that I know with X-Men and people that are highly aware, that like how many of you, like when you are in nature, and please let me know if my sound is cutting off or I am cutting off, and
Your
like how many of you.
your your picture pauses every now and then, but your sound stays perfect. Just so you
Hey,
know.
awesome, awesome. So like how many of you actually feel yourself more alive and more happy when you are in an environment that have less judgment, like which it could be like in nature, it could be like actually having people that is nurturing to you, that is kind to you. And I personally had like one person that was willing to receive instead of taking. And what I mean by taking is just like, oh, like I need this, I lack this, and you have this, so I'm gonna take it from you. But the receiving, it's very different. It's like, oh, like from your receiving or other person's receiving, actually both of you became greater. And like for me, like when I'm being in that environment and I watch my friends, like they would be exposed to a lot of judgments, they would be a lot exposed to a lot of force. And like when they just when we come together and our bodies like come together, like just being in the same place, like they were starting to light up, they were starting to become more happy, they were starting to become more empowered. And like that's like one of the things that I
And
love.
that's by not even touching each other.
Yeah. Like
And
just being in that same room and like someone
yeah,
just saying, "Hey, like how are you? Like is there anything that I can contribute to you to make your life greater?" Or like even allowing yourself to receive. It's just such a beautiful gift like for me and like everybody around me. And it's just a whole different world of possibilities. And
yeah.
it's actually the world that I would love to see on the planet Mars.
Yep, for sure. And one of the things that I would say is it's not always easy to recognize. We talk about like capacities and abilities. And so if you're someone who knows life can be greater and you judge yourself for that, then you're turning off your capacities. Whereas for me, one of the things that I have a massive capacity for is to actually support people to choose what's joyful for them. And this was something that I'd made myself so wrong. Like people would say, like, why are you so happy? You know? And so I would cut off my happiness. I would tone me down because I was too loud, too happy, too bright, too shiny. And it turns out that everywhere that I think I'm wrong, I'm,
Strong.
yeah. And if you're out there and you have difficulties, you're not always recognizing your capacity, start to ask, if this wasn't a wrongness, what strongness is this that I am not receiving, not acknowledging? And one of the things with Troy is that when he's around me, right now he's in Turkey, um, when he's around me, not even physically, and I have another friend staying with me at the moment, Kirsten, who I adore, my living gets greater because they're functioning from the gift of gratitude. And when I'm around people, one of my weird capacities is I would like have this weird sense of wrongness when I would be around someone who was doing a lot of judgment. And it took me years to get that that wasn't my judgment, that person wasn't functioning from gratitude. And I am such a strange anomaly. When I am grateful for me, I am truly living. It's this wild, simple, I'm going to say, element of living for me. And one of the things that I would make radically wrong about myself is I would perceive other people's judgments, not acknowledge it. But when I started acknowledging that person isn't grateful, they're functioning from judgment, everything in my life became greater. And that's a massive capacity to acknowledge when people are not grateful for their living their lives, you know.
Mm.
Hmm. What a
And it's not
waste!
like
What a what a waste of a life to not be grateful for it. And I've had times, if you're out there and you're not grateful, I've had times where I was deeply depressed in bed and I couldn't get up because I was aware of so much sadness and it wasn't even mine, you know. And
mm.
so, yeah, try.
And I just want to acknowledge at the same time, like it's not comfortable to acknowledge the ugly parts of people or the ugly parts of you, but actually if you are willing to acknowledge and be courageous and be present, it actually can be one of the elements that set you free beyond anything that you ever imagined. And
And also try. We're trained into a give and take program, and it works for no one. I have to get this. I have to get this. Entitled what I instead of what I can be and what I can gift and what I'm capable of generating. And one of the things that I love about the Access X-Men tools, it's I've become used to asking myself questions. I've become used to the empowerment process. And I was very disempowered. Like I wasn't in the power of I have a choice. I was the effect of everything I was exposed to. I certainly wasn't affecting my reality with my choices.
mm,
That I was making. Oh, Ralph, you're so welcome. I saw you have a new home. It looks gorgeous. He said, acknowledging others just by the way they function without judgment opens up so much. Yeah, exactly. And
mm,
so, myself and Troy are X-Men facilitators. It's one of our, I would say, like, it's one of our babies, the heartbeat of X-Men,
yeah.
because
Rachel's
we've done so.
advanced X-Men facilitators. I'm not there yet, but
Woo!
she can
Woo!
facilitate
Yeah.
2-day Access X-Men disabilities or abilities classes. But tomorrow, she's actually studying an X-Men Undiscovered Possibility class, and it's a normally a 1-day class that Rachel is facilitating over 2 days. It's going to start 6 p.m. Europe time, 3 hours each day, and we'll be popping the link into the comments, and so you can check it out. What time that is for you, and there is a beautiful manual with so many wonderful tools and exercises that you can actually starting to apply into your life so you can become present with all the places that you bought or functioning from lies that actually doesn't work for you, so you can start to change those areas and actually access more possibilities, more ease, more joy. And for me, like the big part was space,
Yeah. Yep.
way
And
more space
way
with
more space.
everything that is. that melts and yeah, melt all the lies and limitations and separations. So
Mm.
that's
And
the invention.
separation and judgment for X-Men is a very dangerous, destructive energy. Like I have seen a lot of X-Men people who are highly sensitive, highly aware, like destroy themselves, you know. And I would love, if you're out there and you are highly sensitive and you are highly aware, I would love you to know that there is a different way and you do not have to be impacted by all the insanity and the lies that are going on around you. You actually can choose to you can choose the way you're going to live in every 10 seconds. And for me, the rest is still unwritten. It's a blank page. One thing I do know is as long as I'm choosing ease and prioritizing ease and relaxation, because I had so much angst. Well, you did too, Troy, when I met you. So much angst and compression and contraction, you know, because
Being
the world
right.
was like,
Mm.
yeah, because the world was so loud. And so now the space, like the space that I have for me and the calmness and the relaxation, it's gold. It's gold. It really is.
Mm.
So come
Yeah.
and join us. There's plenty to check out. Myself and Troy are both facilitating these classes. And if you're coming across this page, I did a 15-day X-Men class for, was it 20 euros?
Yep.
Yeah. Check it out. People have said, oh my God, it's changed my life. You know this, every word that you think you're wrong, everywhere you think you're a liability, you are a strength and you are a wave of change for a different future. Beautiful. Ivy said it's gold. Thank you so much, Ivy. Beautiful. So I adore you. I will see you tomorrow. And how does it get any better than this, which is an access tool? And all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, which is another too many
Man.
words in my head. Another access tool.
Mm.
Sometimes I have so many things that I want to say. My mouth isn't fast enough for my for the amount of things that I'm aware of. It is like a mini foundation. That's so true. So
Mm.
thank you for being here with me, and please know that you do not have to live giving up, shutting yourself down, and settling for less. You can have more aliveness and more communion with the earth, and you can have more possibilities, more relaxation, more space, and more calmness. It's your life. You're free to choose the way that you live. Mm, beautiful.
Mm.
Thank you. Enjoy Istanbul and your day one foundation. Tries doing foundation in Istanbul at the
Hey.
moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy every moment of it. It's so beautiful to watch you live.
Oh,
Yep.
thanks so much. And thanks so much, everybody that is watching. Thanks so much, love, and you're so welcome. Beautiful.
Mm.
Hey.
Hugs and kisses, and all you need is love. Ba 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 da da. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. It's so
Woohoo.
important to care for yourself. Well, bye for now. Bye.
Bye.